All right, 520. Let's get into it, bro. Let's get into the notorious 86, okay? That everyone had so much to say. Or, I mean, I shouldn't say everyone had so much to say, but I feel like this is one of those animes that, like, you either like it or you don't before before the watch. I'm gonna say that. That's how I felt before the watch. Because I heard from a certain amount of people that, whether it was their first watch or their rewatch, I heard that for some people, like, oh, this is one of the best animes ever, one of their favorite animes. It's such a good anime. And from other people, I heard it was dog shit. You know what I'm saying? I heard it was like, yo, this shit kind of mid, bro, for real, for real. And me myself, I attempted to watch this a long time ago. Um, I did not get anywhere far with that. I didn't get far. I thought it was slow. I thought it was like kind of boring, whatever. But I was a different anime enjoyer back then, right? So now that I'm seasoned, you know what I'm saying? I done been through the ringer. I done been through the Boogie Pop Phantoms and such, and the Remonsters and such. I feel like my taste definitely switched a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to appreciate a little bit more of the slower pace or the different styles. Um, and this was my first full watch. This is my first full watch. Okay. Um, and expectation, I expected it to be ass. Let me be honest. I expected it to be ass, and it wasn't. It wasn't ass. Okay, it wasn't ass. I will go on. I will go on I will go on to say it wasn't ass. Okay, especially not as bad as I remembered it. But I didn't really get far, so this was essentially just my first watch. CJ, what about you?
Yeah, so the backstory on this, I had a friend on Apex, a streamer, and we used to talk anime, used to give him recommendations, and bro said, yo, 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 I got a banger for you. You gotta watch this anime called 86. I guarantee it makes your top 10 list. I was like, bro, what? You speaking crazy right now. Like, you make it sound easy to get into my top 10. He's like, bro, I promise you. I was like, all right, bro. I tell you what, since you so confident, let's bet $20. And I'm gonna give you the advantage. If it makes my top 20, I'm gonna give you 20. He's like, all right. So I watched it. And at the time, my cousin was here. So me and her was watching it together. Long story short, she dropped out at episode 3. She wanted nothing to do with it. I pushed through, finished the whole thing. I really didn't want to at all. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it the full review, the full analysis, since we put in money on the line. Alright, I'm gonna be fair. But I could already tell it's not gonna be my top 20. But but let me rewind it back a little. When I first loaded this up for the first time, the first like 10 seconds, I was looking at my cousin like, damn, wait, hold up. This might be a contender. Hold on, this might be a contender.
The first 10
'Cause it,
seconds.
yeah, because it starts off with the
It starts off
action, the
crazy.
robots, the animation was going crazy. I was like, hold on, bro. He might be onto something. This
Mhm.
might be peak. It might be peak. It might be like freaking little Code Geass with Gurren Lagann with better animation. And I'm like, okay, bro. This might be it. Then that action's turned off like 10 seconds later. We get into whole Yapaton. Anyway, fast forward, I finished the show. I was like, damn, that was kind of painful. I told bro like, yo, that did not make my top 20. Where's my money at, bro? Long story short, he was like, I got you. He never paid up, and I never talked to him again.
That's crazy. CJ has relayed this story to me before, so I did know this beforehand, but that's just funny as shit, bro. Try to bet somebody like, yo, I guarantee me in top 10, bro. Like, and then it's not. It's kind of crazy, but um, yeah, man. This is my first watch, and I had really really bad expectations for it, but I will say it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. McBiggie said it was alright for me, kind of mid, kind of mid. 1.5 speed had the perfect pace, to be honest. Blood of Zeus was better. It reminded me of the game Armor Core with the movement. It was sick. So I will say, I'm not one for mechs, right? So my whole thing is like, I don't really fuck with mechs. Certain animes I've seen, I'm like, I bet like they do the mech, you know what I'm saying? I can deal with it. And when I saw the movement, I'm like, okay, like this is alright, bro. Like, alright, cool, like whatever. I'm not really super crazy about it, but like let's see where it goes, right? And one of my big things was like throughout the anime, I didn't know it was just gonna be so plain Jane, right? I thought it was gonna like evolve at some point, meaning I didn't know it was just gonna be like these fucking basic ass tanks that are fucking scraps. The 86 motherfuckers, they got these scrap ass like fucking little like mobile tanks and gunners versus like the Legion who has all these fucking crystal, brand new shiny fucking brainless like mechs. And the mechs never changed. Like even when it became like there's only one time it really changed, and then like at that point it was a little too late. I did not like the fact that like there was no uh not to say transformation, but I was sad to see that there was no evolution. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're in a mech scenario where like you have to adapt and try to survive and try to withstand like the war and like the Legion and stuff like that, whatever. I was sad to see that they didn't really tweak the mechs. You know what I mean? They didn't really tweak them. They tried to fix them a little bit, and I know they didn't have resources and stuff like that, whatever, but like they could have made do. They could have made do, even if it was like taking pieces of old mechs that are damaged and putting them, with the other mech. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like there wasn't a lot of thought behind that. It just seemed so plain Jane, and the action was just like plain as ever. I'm gonna be honest. I definitely did not like this on the merit of action. Okay, as from not even just from a graphic standpoint, because I actually didn't mind the graphics. The animation. I didn't really mind the animation too much. I just thought the action was lackluster. I think it was super simple, super basic. Shin is doing his thing, bobbing and weaving, moving, grooving. You know what I'm saying? Doing his thing. Everybody else is just kind of like trying to like survive and like shoot and cover fire. Shin's really just handling business and like blowing motherfucker sky high. And that's just really what we get. You know what I'm saying? Like every fight is the same. You probably gonna lose some people in this fight. Maybe not lose people in another fight. Shin's gonna be the guy to basically handle the situation, handle the threat. He can hear the voices, right? He can hear when the Legion's about to attack, and he gets the pieces of the fallen. Make sure they remember it. Whatever. From the action standpoint, right? From the action standpoint, I think it wasn't great. Now, from the story standpoint, I was actually somewhat invested. I was interested in the story because I felt like the story was actually a decent story. I think it was a good story. Maybe good slash decent. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a decent story. It was slow. You know what I mean? Like the not even just the beginning. Throughout the whole anime, it felt slow, right? It felt slow, but at the same time, at least it was detailed in a way that was pretty easy to comprehend. They showed the both sides of it in terms of when the major was talking to them, when they were talking to the major, and what was going on during the times. I was okay with it. I don't think it was necessarily needed, but I was okay with it. I felt like it was thoroughly explained. I felt like I wasn't left with any questions. Even going through it, the questions were just being answered as it was going on, and I appreciated that. Um, but the catch is, with the story, the characters have some fatal flaws for me. Okay, Biggie said also they have like these links mind that primarily communication, but they had never heard of radios. Um, well, you talk about the para device, whatever. It's just a way. It's just a way. It's like Bluetooth. I'm saying similar to like Bluetooth, or like yeah, similar to Bluetooth, right? Like, or it is a radio, just differently, like different programming or different like this is their whole spin on it. It's supposed to be like futuristic slash like not whatever. Anyways, um, the device system didn't really do it for me. I mean, it didn't really like it didn't really bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like the links and stuff like that. I wasn't mad at that. I think like I said before, the story was good, but the execution of the characters were not great. Annette, horrible character. It's a red you can make go crazy. Yeah, true. And you could also do visual, which is different. But Annette did not do it for me. I think Annette was a bad character. I didn't like her one bit. Even in the beginning, when you weren't sure of her, whether she was like on their side, the 86 side, or not against the 86 side, she was just trying too hard to be different, complaining about all her fiancés, and then she just did the biggest switch up of she just did the biggest switch up of best friend history, bro. I'm just like, all right, this bitch, I'm tired of this bitch. Annette wasn't a great character. I like the 86 characters, but we didn't get enough of them, in my opinion. We didn't get to see enough of them. I would have liked to see a little bit more backstory from at least the main characters of the 86 squad. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't really get. I felt like we didn't get the backstory. I felt like besides Shin, no one's story was really explained. They didn't really give them any substance. Uh, I think they were comical. I think some of the characters are enjoyable. They killed off some of the ones that had potential. I just think like within the story, you have to have good revolving characters, and I felt like the characters just weren't up to snuff. You know what I mean? Like the whole anime felt simple and plain Jane, straight to the point, and it wasn't a bad thing, but it wasn't a great thing. Okay, maybe like I said, too many 86 people with not a lot of story. Def needed more. Exactly. That's how I felt. Guys, how you doing? Hopefully work goes fast for you. We're doing my anime segment right now. Um, yeah, CJ, talk to me. Like, I want to hear some of your takes that you know obviously felt strongly about.
Yeah. So, I actually like the Major's friend. I don't recall what happened toward the end.
I'll explain it. That's fine.
Yeah, but
You want to explain it
I liked
first?
her. I liked her initially
Okay.
because she seemed like the one real character at the start. Like she was acting. She was the only one acting human. The main girl is acting like I want to be different.
Hmm.
I'm a pick me girl. Look, guys, I'm different. It was just getting on my nerves. Meanwhile, the other girl's like, bro, like,
Wait, CJ, real quick, can you
cut it out.
turn the music down
Yeah.
for Yu-Gi-Oh?
She's like, she's just
Perfect,
like,
perfect.
cut it out. And it was annoying because throughout the story, the major is always freaking wasting food too, bro. Annette would make the food and she would not finish the food. Like, I don't see how hard it is to finish your food, bro. And she clearly there's like a lack of quality ingredients because they're always like,
Yes.
oh, it's real eggs, it's real strawberry, and yet she can't take the time to finish this meal that she calls delicious. One time she didn't even touch it. She's like, yeah, I'm not in the mood. I'm like, really?
Well, I
So
mean
you,
that's after certain things happen, but yeah.
yeah, it's just consistent though. Like she's almost never in the mood to finish her food, and it's just ridiculous, bro. Like because she just focused on having the 86 like her. I feel like it's hard to think of her as a truly good person
Mhm.
because it's partly like selfish. She wants to be seen as different, like way too hard. So I don't like her as a character.
Mhm.
Um, also Annette made cream puffs, it was reminding me of Marshall. I was like, what? How we
Marshall.
watch two animes that are cream puffs, and these are literally the only two shows I've ever heard mention cream puffs.
Green puffs, yes. Thanks.
So episode 2, they give us a little bit of world knowledge, background on the war, how they
Hmm.
expect it to take 2 years, blah blah blah. We also got a possibly, I know from episode 1 to 7, episode 2 was probably the most fight we got. Like that
Yeah.
fight sequence actually lasted more than like 10 seconds.
Yes. Correct.
So that I thought that was cool. Although I noticed Now I didn't want to judge it too early, but turns out I was right. First 7 episodes, all these fights, and I only say seven because that's about where I stopped my rewatch.
Hmm.
But all the fights are like
What's poppin',
personality,
J-Will? Yes.
no
Right.
flavor.
Yep.
All the mechs look the same on our
Yep.
team, so you can't identify people. Undertaker's the only one that actually does work. Everyone else
Legit.
just irrelevant.
Surviving.
It's just the fight is pure animation, no personality, no flavor, and just purely Undertaker. And then, right when you think, okay, maybe I could get behind just appreciating it for the animation, nope, it's over in like 10 seconds.
Yep.
So it's like even that, you don't even get much of that. It's just fight over in 10 seconds, back to yapping, back to being on the freaking headset, yap, 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 yap. Hey guys, I'm different. Hey guys, tell me about yourselves. Hey guys, I'm calling. I left my friend's food to come talk to you guys. It's like, bro.
I left my friend's food to go talk to you guys. Okay. Anything else you
But
want to add?
off rip, they didn't tell us nothing about none of these characters
Again.
except the Undertaker, obviously.
Yeah.
And then they went into a little thing at the start with Karina, how she likes the Undertaker, but then she's just she had that instant personality of it's not like I like you or anything. I'm like, bro, this what we doing?
I know. I know.
And then they never got back to her for the next however many episodes. I know they do eventually, but I'm on about episode 8 and they have not got back to her at all. With that said, I was watching on a faster speed for most of it, not the action or not when they say an important backstory, but the rest, it actually isn't half bad when you speed it up. Like I could actually watch it. I could actually, bro, this show is so slow sometimes. You can watch it on 1.8 and it don't even seem too fast at all.
Yeah, everybody doing the method, bro. Oh no, what have I started? Fuck, dude. What have I
Nah, I
started,
was
bro?
I was on this. But yeah, it wasn't half bad. The story was going decent. I don't know. I don't remember how it ended up at the end of the season, but it was going decent. Like decent as in not painful to
Yeah,
watch
not
or
painful. Yeah.
it was decent. And episode 5 is when it like really got me curious. That's
Lost.
when
Is that when they
the
lost the girl, the black haired girl?
no, no, no. I think
Okay.
they lost her way before that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh no, or that might be after, because it was the guy that died at the start, right?
The guy that died at the start, yes. It was
Yeah, yeah,
the black guy who died at the start.
yeah. The black hair is after.
There you
So
go.
episode 5 is where she's headed to a party, and then she's like talking on the parade, and they're
Oh
like,
yeah.
they're like, yo, go have
With
a
the
social life.
fireworks.
No, no, that's after.
Oh.
So she's headed to the party and she's like talking on the parade. They're like, "Yo, go live your social life, bro. Like, we'll be alright if a attack does happen and whatnot." And then boom, attack happens out of nowhere. And he's like, "Oh no, there's a lot of black sheep. You should cut off the parade." And
Oh
she's like,
yeah.
and of course, she want to be stubborn and different. Like, no, I'm not going anywhere. And then she starts screaming, having a mental breakdown because of the noises on the headset.
Yep.
And she's just literally screaming in their ears while they're fighting.
Yeah, shouldn't have
So
to
he's
cut
like,
her
I'm
off.
cutting you off. Yeah, he's like, I'm cutting you off. And then, as usual, the fight ends in 10 seconds. And then we get back to yapping. It fast forward later that night. And that's when he started explaining what the black sheep is, that the world
Yeah.
will not end in 2 years because
Yeah.
they're collecting people's brains and then The
They're
if
evolving
they
and shit.
Yeah, if they have a fully intact brain, those are the shepherds that command the army and blah blah blah. And you guys are planning for 2 years, but it's gonna go longer. You're gonna lose. So I was interested here in the story. I got real interested here.
Okay.
And yep, next episode we get back into the regular yapping, the regular food wasting,
The food wasting is crazy.
and
The food waste.
bro, the way they handle that is just so lackluster. Like it starts off with literally just them showing people getting crossed out on a chart
Yeah.
on the screen, and I'm like, really,
Yeah, bro.
really, really. And you know what pisses me off, bro? When it's a whole episode of talking, and then
Mhm.
at the end, the outro music is so intense. It's like some battle shonen intense outro
I
music.
love. I will say I
Yeah,
love the music. I
I
love the
I
music.
do like the music.
I
I do
love the
like,
music.
but it was annoying me because it was
It didn't
literally
fit.
all we did was yap, and then here comes this battle shonen
Dun,
music.
dun, 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 dun. That shit was crazy though. No, dead ass.
I was like, how in the
Yo,
world are you
facts.
playing that music after that dry episode?
Yo, nah, for real. The music was epic, bro. I swear to God, the music was fire. I'm gonna be so for real. The music was fucking heat, like straight up. Episode 1 to episode 11, fire. The intro, that's one of my probably like recently I would say like that's one of my more favorite or more favored intro songs. That shit was tough. That shit was tough. Can't even cap. Can't even cap, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
That's crazy, bro. I'm just, it was just throwing me off. You have like this
Dude.
monotone yapping episode about nothing, and then crazy outro. Then. I'm like, what?
The heartfelt, fucking emotional, strong. I'm like, damn, bro, what
Bro,
happened, bro? Like,
you
nobody
would
died,
swear there was some grand battle, freaking
bro.
Titans versus humans. Like,
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
yeah. So that was like, I couldn't even enjoy the outro because it was more annoying me than anything. Because I'm like, this episode did not deserve this outro.
He did not deserve the outro. Nah, that shit was so epic, bro. I can't even cap. Oh my god. And real quick, let me just catch up with chat real quick. So J-Lo said facts. He said, yo, facts, but for me, I feel like the fights took a backseat to the story for me. Once I realized what the squad was about, the fights meant nothing. True. I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that, J-Will. Biggie said listening to that on headphones was not fun. Yeah, the Black Sheep was crazy. And then J-Will said the Black Sheep scene hit though because we know what the past majors quit or worse because of the voices. And we finally heard what they were talking about. And once they cut hers off, she hears the black haired girl, I don't want to die. Yeah, nah, facts. Facts. The Black Sheep episode was probably the most like one of the most like impactful ones because obviously now everything kind of ties together. Like, oh, why were people killing themselves? That were fucking like majors of the squad. Why are people going insane? Why do people have to retire? All this stuff. Okay, TJ, can you take over for a second?
Sheesh. Bro tells me take over when I just said most
Yeah.
of my stuff.
No, no. I'll be back, y'all.
But yeah, Jay, well, you just came, right? I'm gonna just like retell you some of the stuff I was saying. I got into this show because a streamer friend of mine told me that this would make my top 10. And I was like, bro, you talking crazy. Like, that's a hard task. So I told him, if it makes my top 20, we gonna bet $20 on it. Like, if it makes my top 20, I'll give him the 20. And then, long story short, I was watching this with my cousin. She dropped it on episode 3. I kept pushing through it, even though I did not want to, and did not make my top 20. So I hit him up. I'm like, yo, I didn't like it like that. It was not in my top 20 or 25. and he did not. I told him, so where's the money? And he was like, I got you. He never paid up. Never talked to him again. And that's the end of that story. Bro, I would have not finished this, but I wanted to be fair. You know what? I'm like, let me give it the full analysis before I make him pay up. But now that goes for all of us, though, Jay Will. All of us liked it. Well, the ones me and Warren had seen some of it. Well, I seen the first season. He's seen a few episodes. We both like it a little more on the rewatch, especially since we've been talking down on it. So it's natural for everybody to like it more than they probably should. With that said, though, I'm not a fan of this main character. She be trying too hard, acting like a pick me girl, trying to get everyone to see she's different, really stubborn, and wasting all that good food. Would not finish her good food, man, made with quote unquote real ingredients. What was your first impression? Yeah, that's a good point. The Shin, the Undertaker, really like the only other person with a backstory, and the only person that gets busy. And he's always there talking to her, so he might as well be the main character.
I'm back. Uh, so what I meant. So crazy to throw those expectations out like that because you play the show so down. Nah, that's crazy not to play. Oh, you talking about the bet?
Unmute in the court.
Oh shit! I thought you were telling him about the bet.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even consider the major as main character, even though she was. I feel like, yeah, Shin was the main character, 100%. Um, what did you leave off at?
I said everything I had to say. I was basically
Okay,
just talking about I didn't like the main character
okay, fair.
and the reasons why.
Jewel said, like I said before, I had such low expectations for this anime. Once I saw there was layers to the social structure of that world, I was like, okay, might be some substance to this show, and it was just building from there for me. I agree. I had low expectations too because, like I said, from when I first watched it, I remember I couldn't get through it, so I just thought it was ass. But it was a long time ago. I'm a different anime enjoyer now, right? So things changed for me. But one thing I will say is like about the main character, I liked her, but I didn't like her, right? Because I like that she was the only person who gave a fuck. Okay, she was the only person who gave a fuck, and I know like it tried to seem like she was trying to be their friend too much, but she was genuinely trying to be like, she was genuinely trying to like establish a connection because she cared about them. She was the only person that was speaking out for them, trying to get them any type of help, trying to make a difference, trying to tell people like she deliberately went to schools and to superiors and was like, "Yo, these are people. We are killing people. What we're doing is not good. Whoopty woo, etc." And that's how she was, and she stood on that the whole anime, right? She stood on that the whole anime. So regardless of her being like annoying or like all right, a little too like soft at times, whatever the case may be, and even the time that she was like bold and like cold and like she had her little whatever with Annie, I didn't even really enjoy that too much because it was a little too late. You know what I'm saying? Like the point in time where she became like the ice cold queen, right? Where she's like, you said you want to help him, right? And like she's like talking shit to Annie, whatever, after Annie done switched up, which she deserved. Annie deserved that, okay? Cause fuck Annie. But anyways, even when she was like, when Major was like, oh, ice cold queen, whatever, I didn't necessarily like love that, but I loved the fact that she was the only person who actually made a difference. You know what I'm saying? China was good, bro. She's the only person who made a difference, regardless of how soft or qualified for the job she was. She was the only person absolutely like putting everything she could in her life on the line. You know what I'm saying? Even to the point that she did the whole vision transmission thing to fucking bomb the fucking Legion when they were about to get packed out, knowing that she's gonna go blind. You know what I'm saying? So like I respected her. I respected her a lot as a character. Was she my favorite character? No, but I respected her. Jill said facts. I love that she was such an ally to the 86. But at the end, we spent 3 episodes without her, and it literally took nothing away from the show. That is true. Completely true. Completely true. Which is why she was not the main character. Shin was. She was moving different in episode 8. Yeah, she had a little moment there. The service kept freezing. Okay, yeah. I will say, like I said, I don't think they do the characters great. I do like Shin's background. I like how everyone is tied. Well, I don't like how everyone's tied to Shin, but I do like how they establish a connection. I don't think it's cheesy. I don't think it's corny. I like how they revealed that the way he almost died was actually from his brother. The whole brother arc and story was actually really fucking good. Really fucking good because he had mentioned, he never said it was his brother. He had mentioned that one time he had almost died, which is why he's able to hear the voices, right? And maybe he even did die. And when you see the scene where it happened, the brother actually choked him to death, and the one of the other dudes had to come in and try to bring him to like get medical attention. And that's why he can hear the voices and stuff like that, whatever. I'm not crazy about that though. I was hoping that the whole big veil, the big unveiling of like, oh, we know when the Legion is coming is because of Fido, because that would make more sense. But if you want to go, oh, I can hear the voices. Okay, whatever, cool. Like I guess that's fine. But Shin was standing on business the whole time. You know what I'm saying? He was the only person really putting in work, really doing his thing. I did like Daya. It was sad to see him die. And Anju, obviously, like she was kind of like whatever, but she felt it too when Daya died. The blonde-headed dude. I like some of the characters, but like I said, they didn't really have enough background or substance to really matter. So it's like it kind of sucked. You know what I mean? Like there was potential for something there, but none of them had a background or a backstory besides Shin. And I love the backstory, right? I love how deep the meaning of the anime is, right? Because you have the white pigs, right, versus the colored. You know what I'm saying? I like the message. I like the idea behind it. I like the structure of it. I like the story. But there's just other factors that play onto it, which is why I'm like, I wasn't blown away. You feel me? The story was good, but I wasn't blown away. Action was simple. Mechs were simple. The fight didn't even last long, and it kind of was just like a run-on sentence. The show felt like a run-on sentence more than it felt like a established show. Um, Jill said, "Yeah, Pete, they took the show off Crunchy." Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, valid points. Yeah, that's my thing. Like, it's hard to have like it's hard to give it like a really good like rating or it's hard to like even rate it really because there's things that they did good, and there's a lot of things that they didn't do that were good. that were bad. So like I don't know, but it was better than I thought it was gonna be. That's one thing I will say. And the particular scene that I liked a lot, um, even though I didn't like the fight with the brother. I didn't like how it had hands all of a sudden and it was mutating and shit like that. Like I think that was kind of just like sloppy. Like if you're gonna give us simple mechs and simple fights with gunners and shit like that, whatever, like that's fine. Just let it be that. Don't start putting out like this motherfucker's mutating and repairing himself and like he got hands now. He's trying to I didn't need all that shit. I didn't need all that shit. Particularly though, what I did like was um I like the aftermath of that last Legion fight. I like to see the peace that they had. I like to see that they had a chance to like establish some semblance of normalcy of peace, right? And then I like that they had Fido, and I liked that they had Fido's lens, right? You saw the flashbacks through Fido. You saw um like what Fido's perspective was, and you saw like the time that elapsed to see Fido then, unfortunately, dead because he saved Shin. You know what I'm saying? So I like the after part. Like the after Legion fight was actually really good for me. And then the ending, eh, ending was okay. I wasn't in love with the fact that like they all died and like that Shin didn't off himself, so now they have his head. Like I wasn't like in love with that, right? Um, but I did like that Shin tried to sack and he tried to like close them off. He like fucking uh like next to the cave, he fucking like smashed the boulder so that they couldn't get past him. He took over the gunman because he obviously knows when the Legion are coming. So he's like, oh, like I'm bored. Let me take over the gunman. And then it's like, nah, this is my fight. You guys get out. Like I did like that. I like seeing Shin laugh and stuff. Um, but I wasn't in love with the ending. I wasn't in love with it, but I wasn't out of love with it. Jim will say, yeah, Shin was laughing and shit. The Fido's perspective scene was fire too. Yeah, watching the entire story through his POV. Yeah, bro. I wish they did more with Fido though. I feel like that's another character, right? Like that's like they don't have, hold any substance. They could have made it that he's somehow connected or tied to the Legion, which is why he knows and he'll beep or something like that, whatever, when the Legion comes. Because that's what I thought it was initially, and it wasn't. So, but yeah, TJ.
Oh, I got nothing to say.
All right. Um. So I guess we'll just take any last any parting remarks about 86. What you like, what you didn't like. Like I said, they didn't need to bring the major back once her job was done with the group. She didn't need to come back. True, but they're setting up for season 2. So, and to answer your question, hi Angel, by the way. Maybe answer your question. There's a chance. There's a slim chance I might watch season 2. Mm,
Mm. I was asking Meg Biggie if he's seen Gurren Lagann.
maybe not watch, but attempt.
But yeah, pros, love the fight animation, like some of the music,
Mm-hmm.
like the intro and outro, although they didn't match
Mm-hmm.
the show. And
Until they did. When they did match it, it was actually
mm,
fire.
uh, this story, it reminded me of the game Near Automata.
Mm.
Whatever it's called, bro. I recently played and watched the
Automata.
anime for that,
Mm-hmm.
and it actually has some very similar concepts. And both this anime and that game slash anime, they had a moment. I didn't peep this the first watch. There was a moment in a fight. I believe it was a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a fight. Probably around episode 6, where I think it was the one where her power rate started going crazy. They started playing the music, and it was a repeated voice in there.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what the voice was, but it sounded fire. like the repeated voice with the music playing,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a signature theme from a near boss fight where they have this repeated line with some epic music playing, and it was one of my favorite moments in there. Shit was peak. But I noticed this show did something similar,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't peep that the first time. Maybe my volume wasn't high enough or what, but I thought that was cool.
That's what's up.
Now, what I don't like is also the outro, just because it's too good for what happens in the episodes. Could be an episode of plain talking and then epic outro music. I'm like, bro, what? Don't piss me off. I don't like most of the characters. I don't like how I don't like the battles at 10 seconds.
Mhm.
I don't like how the battles had no flavor, no personality. Everyone looked the same. And realistically, like, it don't even matter because they last 10 seconds and it's all about Undertaker because he's the only one doing work.
Only one.
I don't like how, what?
Only one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't like how main character keep wasting food when supplies for real food ingredients is limited. I don't like how she trying so hard to be freaking I'm different pick me girl.
Well, I'll be in after I'm done. I'm doing my anime segment.
That's mostly it.
Huh? Favorite character?
Favorite character.
I'm Shin. Mine is Shin.
I guess it's Shin. I did not get to the rewatch part where Annette switched up, so I don't know what she's like, but I was liking her a
He
little bit,
is.
but
Oh,
not like she had much going either. So
well,
I guess
actually,
Shin it
let me
is.
let me explain that. Actually, let me explain that. Annette, so fake. Absolutely detestable character. The fact that the whole time she's playing, oh, I don't really care, even though she does care. Like, it was just so lackluster. Like, the whole time she's like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, yeah, I'm your best friend. I'm only looking out for you. Wooty woo, all this other stuff. Complaining about her fucking suitors and all this stuff, right? And then when Major's actually trying to make a impact and actually do something about it, Annette switching up like, stop pretending like you're not one of us. Like we're all bad. She explained how when she was younger, her and Shin's brother, all in the same neighborhood, they were neighbors, right? Her and Shin went to the same school. The whole 86 thing happened, right? And as they were rounding up people, she switched up. And before she knew it, she was started calling Shin a dirty colored. You know what I'm saying? And she started treating him a certain way and told her family because her father had asked her when she was younger, should we take them in so they wouldn't be taken? He was one of the scientists. And she said, no, we're not friends. I don't even like him. Shin and his
Oh
brother and them
yeah.
get taken, and now she's like, "Oh, you're just the same as us, Major. You can't. You're not actually doing anything. Wooty woo. You're just as bad as me. Just give up. You can't do anything." Also, the crazy, like out of nowhere, like when she was the cornball from day one. She was the cornball from day one, and now she's trying to call out Major for actually trying to make an impact and do something. I'm like, bro, you're corny, bro. You're corny.
I do remember that. That pissed me off.
I'm like, bro, huh? Where's
Like,
this coming
wow.
from? Because you hold?
One of the one of the only characters I liked a little, and then she did that, and then it's like,
Yeah,
okay, well, just go
throw it
ahead and
away.
take away
Throw
some of
it
the few things I liked.
away. Or Fido, Undertaker. Okay, or Fido. Well, Shin is mine, and then after that, I would say Major. But I agree with Jay. Well, it's a far second. It's not like, oh, it was close. No, far second. Only because Major, only other person doing something. I change my mind. Fido is definitely my number two. I don't really care about Annette outside of the fire dessert she was putting on the table every day. True. Maybe McBiggie said you can see her mind changing slowly and turning on her. Yeah, no. But she just was like she was corny. Like She's corny. I actually just corny. Like, and then Jay Will, your summary was all in all, Shin was my favorite character, with a major meaning for our second. Pros, the early story was very good for me with the separation of classes and their one defender, and watching the 86 slowly warm up to the. Oh, watching 86 slowly warm up to her was pretty cool. Cons, they didn't build on any characters outside of Shin. Yeah, the cons were like pretty like glaring. So, um, all good, brother. Have a good one. Have a good one, Taste Man. Hope you're doing well, brother. But yeah, I would say like there's some pros and it was better than I thought it was, but there's also a lot of cons. What's everyone's rating? Okay, bet. I got you, Fate. Easy was good, bro. No problem, brother. As a rating, I'm gonna finish the rewatch first, but it's below 7. Okay. Okay. We'll wait for CJ's then when he's done with the rewatch. J Will McBiggie, let me see something, bro.
Like I said though, story was better when you put it on that 1.5, that 1.75. It was better. It was
7.1. It was just average. Okay, I bet. McBiggie said 7.1. J Will said 7.3. Huh. I went in with such low expectation that certain points of the show hit. I feel that I'm the same with you. Um,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. Like there was the Boogie Pop arc and all, but I dislike Toilet Bound Hanako so much that it made 86 seem better. Like some of the shit we watch on WeebWatch made 86 a little more quality.
yeah,
But back in the day, 86 would have been like a 5. If you ask me back in the day, I'm like 5, somewhere around a 5.
I'm gonna be honest. I really did enjoy the story. I mean, so for real. I really did enjoy the story, and obviously it hit like a certain like button, right? Because of the the concept and the premise of the anime, right? I give it a bonus point for that. I'm be honest. I'm gonna give it a bonus point for that. I'm gonna give it a 7.4.
Wait, say that again? A bonus point for what?
The premise and the I don't know how to really explain it, but like because of the whole thing, how it's like a play on like slavery and like um the I feel like it was on two fronts. I felt like I was getting a little bit of like the whole like Nazi era and the slavery era. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was encompassing both eras, and it kind of played on that. So it hit like a certain like type of historical button for me that I liked. So I don't know. Yes, I'm for it because Shin had a bar, or no, sorry, Raiga had a bar. Exactly, J-Lo. Raiga had a bar. He said when he was asked about it from Major, he said it's not about the white pigs or us. There's bad on both fronts. We know what our fate is, so how are we gonna continue on knowing our fate? That's like a summary of what he said basically, and I respected that. He said we're gonna fight, we're gonna go out fighting, and that's it. And I respected it. Mike, what's good, baby? How you doing, brother? What's going on with you, pimpin'? So I enjoyed that. 7.4 for me. CJ, we'll just keep you at we'll just say we'll just say pen. I mean, we'll just leave it open until you're ready. Until you're ready
It's
with the rewatch.
definitely not in the sevens. On my anime list, I had it in the five range, but it might make it to the sixes now.
It has to be. It's
Yeah,
above Hanako.
it's gonna be in the sixes.
It's above Hanako.
Uh, see, I don't like Hanako, but I will admit it had like a couple moments that had me laughing. So it got that out of me. You know, a good couple laughs.
Mm-hmm. Well,
86,
it's
not a
just had
laugh.
no. It was pretty like the peeping tom scene. That was funny. Hmm.
That's I've seen that 1,000 times.
I thought it was funny because when they got caught and then, well, when they pushed Daya out and then she threw a rock, hit the other one, and they all got
I
caught. They're like, all right, so why'd you guys do it? And then Haruto was like, so and so, and the other one was like Daya, and Daya was like, ah, fuck. I like
I
that. I
did
don't
like
know.
that they pulled out the Glocks. They all pulled it out in
Yeah.
sync. I like
Yep.
that.
No, I think that was comical. I think it was comical. I think it was comical. But yeah, it was okay. Oh no, not great, but definitely not the worst we've seen. Definitely not the worst we've seen. Let us spin. We have 13. We have 13. We switched one out last week because of Mushoku, because now it's a monthly, right? I think that's what we did. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, bad. All right, wheel time, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it popping.
It's
Overlord
unfortunate.
out.
Nope.
What
I
happened?
wanted somebody to show up saying this show's a 9.5 so I could really transform.
I could really transform. I mean, it seems that we were all on pretty much the same wavelength.
So I could
Dota
power
Hidota
up.
out.
Start hearing me powering up on the mic. Ah.
That's so funny. He said, "Oh, I got you. This show's like a 9.7." I was moving castles out. Yeah, we watch we pick an anime. We watch it on our own time throughout the week, and then every Sunday we do like a little review of it. Oh my god! Wait, why is Sinful Gear still here? Well, I need to check, bro. I removed it. How did it make it back in? It's still here. What the fuck? How? I took this. I swear to God, on everything I love, I took it off of my notepad. Did I like go to like a previous save state? But taking it out fucking twice. I swear to you, I've taken it out twice. I'm not even capping. Like on everything I love, I've taken it out from my notepad. Hey, listen, the wheel don't miss nothing. Listen, the wheel makes no mistakes. Look at Ragnarok, gone. Mmm. Summer Hikaru died, gone. The Inviolable Will wanted it back. No, I don't know how it came back. Devil May Cry. This is my rec, by the way. Love Devil May Cry. The game was my childhood, bro.
I just bought Ninja Gaiden 4 because it was on sale. Oh yeah, baby.
Mmm. Undead Unwanted Adventurer. Out of here.
The game's all
The
you need,
game's
hardcore Mike.
no. He's
Fire.
talking about talking about Devil May Cry.
Yeah, no. The
Oh yeah.
game's all you need. The game's
I mean, it's
plenty
true.
fire.
True. True.
Them game cutscenes go crazy.
Suke Michi. Oh, okay. This is a crazy lineup. Hold on. Please hold. This is a crazy lineup. Elusive Samurai, been on the wheel for a very long time. Odd Taxi, very long time, but also interesting. Bookworm, very interesting. Eat Your Pancreas, very interesting. And I mean interesting in the name. I've never seen any of those three. I've only seen Elusive Samurai, but for me, it's a good top four. I watched the anime, but the games, I don't think I've watched any of these that are left. Yeah, I've seen Elusive Samurai, but not Odd Taxi. I haven't seen Bookworm, and I have not seen Eat Your Pancreas. But the wheel, I'm, I'm in. That's what I'm saying, J. Will. The wheel has been in elite form for the month of May. Bookworm is gone. The wheel has been in elite form for the month of May. Like straight up. The monthly is also Vinland Saga. We watch that. We will do the WeebWatch for that. The 31st. Vinland Saga is the monthly. Elusive Samurai is gone. It's between Odd Taxi and Eat Your Pancreas. Is Eat Your Pancreas a movie?
I feel like it is.
I think Eat Your Pancreas is a movie. Right, J. Will? Okay. All right. Let's
That's
see.
fine. Now I get a vacation.
Vacation it is. Let's go. Okay, we get a little yo. This I'm gonna say this, bro. I know we always say the wheel is law, but the wheel is on a crazy generational run right now. No excuses for Smithy, exactly, right? We had Marshall as the first watch. Okay, we Marshall, we all know. Vinland Saga was picked as the monthly. Bangers, back to back. 86, one of the most controversial, or supposed to be at least, because I know some people that are not here for this rewatch that loved 86 that said it was one of their favorite animes that they didn't pull up. They didn't pull up. Oh, you like 86 hardcore, Mike? Okay, that's what's up.
I mean, it has 86 has a very high rating.
Exactly. So that's a highly controversial one. That I was happy. I was more than happy. I was ecstatic to get because I'm like, all right, finally we can have this debate about it being mid versus it being good. Um, and that's fine. We didn't get that. That's fine. That's cool. It's cool. You know, things happen. Life happens. But regardless, and now we're getting Eat Your Pancreas. Like, oh, why did UIP? So we're getting not only peak anime or good for anime or good for WeebWatch, but we're also getting a movie right before the monthly. Beautiful, beautiful. Like, could not. You can't even script it better than that. Straight up, bro. Fire. The wheel has been on the tear. So there's no excuses. All right, there's no excuses. This week is Eat Your Pancreas. It is a movie. Everybody named Mama. Okay, everybody named Mama should be able to see this with more than enough time. Like you can literally do anything this week, anything and everything this week. It's a beautiful week. It's good weather outside. We got one movie to watch. That's it. Okay, and then the monthly, which is Vinland Saga. Chef's kiss. Okay, Chef's kiss. Knicks. Yeah, you can watch the Knicks too, bro. Straight up. But yeah, the wheel has been on a generational tear. But I will say W86, okay, it was better than I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna be honest, it was better than I thought it was gonna be. It's still mid, right? But at the same time, um, it was one of the better ones. It was one of the better ones. You know what I'm saying? I put it there with the Simple Gear, because the story. I felt like this one carried on story. Everything else was absolutely awful. Um, and then something like Simple Gear, like a little bit different. Like it didn't really carry on any particular thing. It had good elements of both a little bit, and then they kind of fucked it up. But certain things offset certain things. So I don't know. The average for that was a 7.3. We got a 7.4 from me, 7.1 from McBiggie, and a 7.3 from J Will. Whoever didn't finish 86 or didn't finish the rewatch, let us know. Let us know. W stream, W86, man. W86. L Smithy, that's crazy. Yo, I hope you guys have a great rest of y'all day, man. I'll catch you guys next week. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it, bro. We got a nice movie, nice break. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna switch over to some games, but hey, man, I've been enjoying May, bro. May has been a fire month. Honestly, sometimes I'm like, yo, can it get better? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it could. Maybe it could. We'll see. But the month of May has been golden. Okay. But yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of y'all day. Enjoy the weather, bro. You know, yeah, about to grill up. It's a perfect time. Get outside, you know what I'm saying? Get some grill. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you got something in the back, like a little screen, you know what I'm saying? Be outside, watching little games, whatever the case may be. It's fire.